Richard Craven, I'm the Deputy Harbour Master. Well, there's two main aspects to our role. Firstly, we provide and maintain the infrastructure necessary for boating in the harbour, the moorings, the jetties, the quays and the slipways. Then having lured people into the harbour, then we need to look after their safety. The harbour is a very dynamic environment, the sands are always shifting, so we need to survey the channels and make sure that the depths are accurately reflected on the chart. Also with the local lighthouse authority responsible for marking those deep water channels so vessels can find their way in and out of the harbour safely. We've got 34 main lights in the harbour and over 200 minor withies and cardinal marks around the harbour. We also provide port passage guidance and update the various nautical almanacs, provide real-time weather information for the mariners. But if all this fails, we still need a patrol team which go out there and rescue people when things go wrong, give them guidance, and also enforce the bylaws ultimately if that becomes necessary. There's about 3,200 moorings in the harbour, of which about 600 we fully maintain and let out as maintained moorings. We have a schedule for replacing the chain on those moorings. Roughly every 4 years we'll come along and lift the whole mooring up and replace all of the chain from the buoy all the way down to the very bottom where it's secured to the seabed, either by means of a big sinker or in this case a ground chain. So the guys that come along, lift up that riser chain, inspect the whole thing, particularly looking at the shackle at the bottom which connects to the main ground chain, and then if necessary they'll renew all that chain so it's good for another 4 years.
The Conservancy runs a year-round activities and information programme, and a major part of this is the Solar Heritage Boat Tour. Visitors can take a trip through this area of outstanding natural beauty with an experienced guide to help you learn about the environment of Chichester Harbour. On board, the engines are virtually silent as you glide along with plenty of time to admire the view and get up close to many of the birds and habitats that make this place so special. The boat itself is a pollution-free solar-powered catamaran with disability access that can transport up to 50 people on a tour. The programme of events also includes guided walks, talks and family-orientated activities.
I'm Judy Darley and I'm the Activities Officer. Today we've got the Little Cockles, and the Little Cockles events happen 2 or 3 times a year, and they're especially for families with children up to 5 years old. So it's really introducing families with little ones to all the different environments and habitats in the harbour.
I'm Gary James and I'm the Education Officer. We're based here at Dalkey in our classroom right on the harbour side. It's such a wonderful place for learning. The range of habitats and the coastal location make it perfect for outdoor education. We cater for all age groups from primary through to adult, including special education and interest groups. It's an extremely popular destination and we currently host nearly 8,000 pupil sessions per year.
My name's Georgie Siddle, I'm a ranger for Chichester Harbour Conservancy. This area here was a little bit of scrubland. About 2-3 years ago when I started, this was just basically a field that was left to as a set aside. We decided that we'll make this into an education centre and a walkthrough for children to come in and explore wildlife habitats. So basically myself and another ranger called Keith have come into this area and put in interpretation boards and have tried to build it up as much as possible to make it interesting for children to come in and have a look as a wildlife exploration.
My name's Nikki Horter. I'm the Area of Outstanding Natural Beauty Officer for Chichester Harbour Conservancy. One of the main parts of my role is promoting access and enjoyment for the area of outstanding natural beauty. We're really fortunate here. We've got over 90 kilometres of public footpaths throughout the harbour, so people can come down and enjoy the scenery. They can come walking, they can enjoy photography, bird watching, and it's something that people of all ages and abilities can come and enjoy. And part of our work is about making sure that we have a really good footpath network throughout the harbour, and we promote access for people who might have mobility problems, for example by putting down new wheelchair footpaths or by replacing stiles with kissing gates, just to make it easier and remove the barriers for people to come out and enjoy the harbour. We've got 2 full-time rangers and also a part-time seasonal ranger, and they go around and they maintain the footpaths throughout the whole harbour. And we were really lucky to have lots of support from volunteers from the Friends of Chichester Harbour.
My name is Peter Henshaw. and I'm a member of the committee of the Friends of Chichester Harbour. The Friends of the Harbour were formed in 1987, and we have 3,000 members, all of whom are passionately devoted to the harbour, and our role is to provide working parties for the Conservancy to do things like hedgerow planting, tree planting, clearing footpaths. We raise money through our subscriptions and legacies, and we contribute to specific projects that the Conservancy has set up. With 3,000 members, we can also form quite a useful voice politically if an issue comes up where we feel our lobbying would help. I don't think people join the Friends of the Harbour to get something specific out of it in material terms. They join for the satisfaction of knowing they're doing a really good job and contributing to keeping this the way it is.
We work really closely with West Sussex County Council, who maintain the public rights of way. We've got a very supportive relationship, and also they provide funding for us as well.
My name is Jeremy Thomas, and for the last 8 years or so I've been chairing something called the Chichester Harbour Trust. What we've done is we've now got about 210 acres of land in 12 different sites around the harbour. It's a whole mixture of different kinds of environment: woodland, meadows, reed bed, salt marsh, shingle spits. And we work with the Conservancy, although we're independent. The Conservancy manages the sites, and above all with the Friends of the Harbour, who maintain them. What happens is we either buy land, or we get given it, or we buy it jointly with others, like this site here. Over 120, 150 of the local neighbours said, we don't want to see this site developed. We'd like to keep it natural, like it is for our children to enjoy. And so it was a joint purchase, and we've made them the managers of the site, so that they have a stake in it all. And that works very well.
My name's Linda Park, and I'm the Planning Officer for the Conservancy. The Conservancy's consulted on all planning applications within the AONB or near to the AONB boundary, and my role is to look at all the planning applications and prepare a recommendation to either the Conservancy's Planning Committee or to the Manager and Harbour Master. The primary purpose of the AONB is to conserve and enhance the natural beauty of the landscape. So when we're looking at proposed new buildings, we're obviously commenting on the impact that those will have on the natural beauty of the landscape. In terms of nature conservation, the main type of proposals that may have an impact include larger scale housing developments outside the boundary, which create the potential for increased populations using the harbour footpaths, potentially disturbing the wildlife.
Good afternoon, we're Mary and Stan Pike from Northney Farm, a small family farm of about 260 acres, and our main focus is a pedigree Ayrshire dairy herd of about 120 cows and a small number of beef animals that we run on our salt marshes, and these are a cross between Aberdeen Angus bull and our Ayrshire cows. Our farm borders Chichester Harbour. We have about 1 mile of sea wall linking us to the harbour. We've found over the years Chichester Harbour Conservancy very supportive, very helpful. If we have any difficulties over planning issues, they understand our needs and support our needs.
The majority of land within the AONB is in private ownership, with over 2,000 hectares used as farmland. The Conservancy work with landowners and farmers to provide advice and guidance so that the land can be used in sympathy with the environment.
This plant here is shepherd's needle, which is a nationally scarce plant, which means it's found in around about 7 tetrads in the country. A tetrad's a 4 kilometre square, so only 7 4 kilometre squares in the country have got this plant. And this margin here is managed specifically for the survival of this plant. We're out in Chichester Harbour today monitoring the populations of terns that nest in the harbour. The harbour's designated as a special protection area for birds, and one of the reasons it's designated is for 3 breeding tern species: the common tern, the little tern and the sandwich tern. We don't think we've had any nesting sandwich terns or little terns this year, but we're going to check how well the common terns have got on by drifting past the tern nesting island and seeing if we can spot any nests or chicks.
The unique mixture of habitats which make up Chichester Harbour AONB make it a significant and important international, national and local resource for nature conservation. It is Ed's job to help conserve the wildlife and habitats through a regular schedule of monitoring and surveys. This includes bird counts throughout the year and monitoring the seal and fish populations.
Chichester Harbour Office, good afternoon.
The administration team maintain the database of all boats, issuing nearly 10,000 harbour dues plaques each year. They are the first line of contact for inquiries to the Harbour Office in Itchenor. Chichester Harbour has a resident fleet of over 11,000 leisure vessels. This represents about 28% of all the recreational craft in the Solent. Each year, an estimated 25,000 people come and enjoy the harbour's waters for racing, cruising and fishing. It is the role of the patrol team to supervise the running of the Conservancy hards, pontoons and jetties, as well as collecting harbour dues and other charges. Most importantly, the patrol team work to enable the safe enjoyment and use of the harbour by giving mariners practical assistance afloat, which can include rescue situations, as well as advice and directions in accordance with the bylaws. Chichester Harbour is a special place. The Conservancy will continue to work hard to safeguard its special qualities and to retain its unspoilt character for years to come.